In today's video, we'll talk about some of the best picks in the solo queue for the month of June 2024. These heroes were chosen based on the official data from the developers, original server and advanced server updates, and also feedback from former and current Immortal players. We'll also share some recommendations for each hero that will certainly help you gain more wins. If you want more content like this, be sure to leave a like, share, and if you haven't yet, subscribe to the channel. Minotaur is a tank with a tremendous skill range, which makes him excellent in inflicting control effects on multiple enemies. His first skill and ultimate are both threats to any team that doesn't have cleansing abilities, while his rage mode, which is acquired upon activating his ultimate, enhances his skills and makes them more powerful. Besides inflicting control effects, he is also an excellent support that is capable of healing all allied heroes around him. Not only that, his healing ability, while in rage mode, is capable of converting damage he receives from basic attacks to health. Barats is part of this list because of his well-roundedness. Thanks to his passive skill, he can gain stacks which significantly improves his hybrid defense, resilience, and damage. This makes him a hero that can deal tremendous damage to most enemies even if he is not given any damage items. In addition to that, Detona's ultimate allows him to charge at an enemy and have them damaged and suppressed for a significant amount of time by swallowing them whole. Afterwards, Detona can spit them out towards an enemy hero in order to deal more damage and stun all enemy heroes hit. Fredrin is a tank fighter that is capable of soaking up a lot of damage, but is also capable of defeating enemies in one strike thanks to his ultimate. Fredrin's passive skill allows him to gain crystal energy whenever he receives damage, which allows his ultimate to deal more damage, the greater the crystal energy he has. If his crystal energy is high enough, and if his target or targets were at the center of his ultimate, they can receive as much as 4,000 damage. Claude is very underwhelming in the early game, but is very challenging to deal with once he gets his core items. Thanks to his passive skill, he is capable of punishing both fragile and tanky heroes because of its bonus damage, which also inherits a portion of basic attack effects. This is why giving him items such as Demon Hunter Sword, Golden Staff, and Corrosion Scythe is a good idea. He also has decent outplay potential thanks to his second skill that allows him to swap places with its conjured image. He is also an excellent part of any team fight because of his ultimate, which deals a barrage of shots within a large area while allowing him to gain a shield for every successful shot. This skill counts as basic attacks, which means it also gains benefits from basic attack effects. Nathan is like a mix between Moskov and Claude. His passive skill allows him to deal bonus damage since its projectile returns to Nathan, and whenever it does, it deals extra bonus damage, which also inherits basic attack effects. In addition to that, he also gains a stack which grants him temporary bonus movement and attack speed bonuses. His second skill allows him to knock back and displace enemy heroes, which is good in outplaying opponents, while his ultimate allows him to conjure a mirror image that also deals damage simultaneously while Nathan is attacking. This makes him an excellent hero in any team fight because he is not only capable of dealing tremendous damage, he is also capable of dealing damage on multiple enemies. Just like Claude, he can also teleport on the image he conjured. Moskov is another hero with amazing outplay potential thanks to his first skill, which allows him to blink and have his attack speed significantly increased, and his second skill, which allows him to knock back and stun enemy heroes if they hit a wall or another enemy hero. His passive is also amazing in terms of farming and teamfights thanks to its ability to pierce and hit multiple targets within its path. Let's also not forget his ultimate, which has global range that not only deals damage, but also allows him to teleport near the enemy hero hit by it. Xborg is an amazing all-around fighter that is very useful in teamfights thanks to his skill's wide range. His passive allows him to have an extra layer of HP, which if broken, gives him the ability to disengage, gain temporary damage immunity, and roll out of trouble. This passive skill of his also gives him the ability to apply stacks on enemy heroes and creeps. Once max stacks have been reached, they will drop Faraga supplies whenever they receive damage from Xborg. This passive is the reason why he is so challenging to kill. His first skill is another reason why he is so strong. It has a long and wide range and has an extremely low cooldown time, making it seem as if it's his basic attack. And finally, his ultimate, a skill capable of dealing damage to multiple enemies which can be channeled while X-Borg is moving. It also slows all enemies within its range and detonates after 7 spins or can be detonated manually if needed. This detonation deals true damage. Roger is a fighter marksman that has very high outplay potential. His passive skill is what makes him special. He can freely switch from human and wolf form as early as level 1. In human form, he deals additional damage based on the target's current HP, while in wolf form, he deals additional damage based on the target's missing HP. Changing forms also changes his skills. Thanks to this passive skill, Roger has access to 2 skills the moment the game begins, one in his human form and one in his wolf form. At the beginning of the fight, you can rely on Roger's human form and shoot from a distance, and once enemies have lost half or greater of their HP, switch to wolf form in order to become a chase-down finisher. Yu Zhong is a fighter with more than enough abilities that can make his enemies tremble. And it's not just the number of skills he has that makes him troublesome. The fact that all of his skills have wide areas of effect is also problematic for a lot of heroes. Not only that, he also has the ability to keep enemies airborne for a brief period of time, which makes him tremendously useful in team fights. In addition to that, he also has excellent HP sustain and an ultimate that allows him to either join team fights quickly thanks to its ability to fly over obstacles or escape trouble if necessary. Hari's a unique mage who blasts enemies with tons of damage while his shields keep him practically invincible. He can also dash around the battlefield, making him super helpful when things get messy. These shields and dashes make him a nightmare to fight and nearly impossible to escape. Vexana is a mage capable of controlling multiple enemies while dealing powerful magic damage with a decent-sized area of effect. In addition to her first skill's ability to instill fear on the enemies, her ultimate allows her to summon a gigantic eternal guard which knocks enemies airborne when hit by its entry. Nana is another mage that is favored thanks to her control ability. Her second skill allows her to turn enemy heroes into animals, which decreases their movement speed and magic defense, and prevents them from attacking or using their skills. Her ultimate has a very wide area and is capable of tremendously damaging and slowing enemy heroes within its range, making her a vital part of the team fight. Matilda's skills keep her as one of the best supports, even if she's not the most popular pick. She shines in surprise attacks. Plus, she's flexible. You can play her more aggressively for damage or focus on helping your team set up ambushes. She's a well-rounded support that makes a big difference regardless of your team's lineup. Angela is an amazing support because her global ultimate can turn almost any fight around for your team. Her second skill is also super annoying because it can slow down enemies, which will eventually stun them if the tether doesn't snap. Thanks to her ultimate's global range, she can be a super helpful support without even having to fight directly, unlike other supports that need to be in the heat of battle all the time. This makes it harder for enemies to gank her. Florin's ultimate is very unique since it makes her allies immune from Life Bane. This means items like Dominance Ice, Necklace of Durance, and Sea Halberd are not as effective against Florin's healing abilities. She also has a passive skill which allows her to equip one of her allies with the Flower of Hope. It gives them a significant amount of bonus stats and does not use up any of their current item slots. Ling is a very mobile assassin thanks to his first skill that allows him to leap from wall to wall across long distances. His second skill is what makes him amazing. It has very low cooldown and is usable on or off the walls. In addition to that, his second skill is considered as a basic attack, allowing it to deal critical damage and gain basic attack effects. His ultimate works really well with his second skill. After being casted, Ling becomes untargetable, then swoops down on the target area, knocking all enemy heroes within its center airborne and at the same time planting 4 Tempest Blades on the ground, which Ling can use to reset his second skill's cooldown, allowing him to slash multiple enemies multiple times within his reach. Saber is a very useful assassin in team fights thanks to his blades that are capable of reducing enemies' armors, but what makes him special is his ability to automatically delete a lot of heroes while keeping them airborne for a long period of time. It makes him a very capable roamer that can turn a 5v5 matchup to a 4v4 matchup in a heartbeat. Hellcurt is a very capable hero both as a roamer and a jungler. Thanks to his passive skill, he can quickly chase down enemies and even sense if they are near. Whenever an enemy hero is near Helkurt, even if they are hidden in bushes, Helkurt can detect them because his passive skill gets activated. This gives Helkurt players a hint if they are going to get ganked or if they are going through the jungle with hidden enemy heroes around them. There you go, those are the heroes that we think will leave a mark in June 2024. What do you think? If you were to replace some of the heroes here, who would it be and who would you replace it with? Leave your thoughts on the comments section below, and if you haven't yet, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Stay safe everyone. Peace.